and she wanted to marry him. So when he married him, she had a rich dowry. Along the way to a new home, the husband said, I don't love you. I just want your money. So at the edge of the cliff, I'm going to kill you for the money. That was when she realized, oh my goodness, what have I got myself into? Then she pretended, smart lady. So at the edge of the cliff, but let me pay my last respects to you as a wife. So she walked around him and pushed him off. I said, but that is killing, you know. And that constitutes evil karma. But he bought her time. And she became a nun. And she practiced and she got enlightenment. And this is called short-term goal. And so, there is long-term goal and there is short-term goal. So, when you do daily life, you have this short-term goal. These short-term goals can be changed. You don't have to fix it. Over a period of time, situations change, and you change accordingly. But you don't forget your long-term goal. Otherwise, you go completely astray. So, based on this objective of the practice and the final liberation, you organize your life. You know that in daily life you cannot be like in a retreat here where you have the luxury of spending all your time, free time, to develop your own spirituality in peace. So you have to have other people in consideration, you think your livelihood in consideration, everything. So where can you find the time? As we said, time is always there. The moment you wake up, everybody has 24 hours. It's only what you do with it. But of course, commitments are commitments. You cannot, even monks have commitments, especially those in the big temples. You have to do all sorts of things to maintain the community. And so it's the organization. For example, you try to get the most conducive situations. You look at the environment. First, the place where you live. You try as most conducive as possible to live a spiritual, meditative life. For example, one couple, the only husband and wife, they don't have children. They removed all the chairs so that they have walking meditation space. And then, of course, they have a table and they sort of the legs. And they sat on the floor. You get used to sitting on the floor that way. And so, but of course, there's a disadvantage. When they eat too much, they just lie down. but that's what they do. So in that way, so you arrange accordingly what you think. This is a bit extreme, of course. But they arrange accordingly in the house. Of course, you have what I recommend is you have a meditation room or meditation corner, depending on how much space you have, and you make your sitting meditation most very comfortable. Probably, with a nice fat cushion, or even an easy chair beside, and then you have this pretty altar, flowers and whatever. So when you see that place, you simply want to sit there. Not like an electric chair. Something you just learn to sit there. Then you sit there, And to add to that, in terms of a program, for example, we always recommend a happy hour. And so then the time before you sleep, you put it as a happy hour. I'll talk a bit of this later. And so you have a beautiful house, a beautiful place. It may not be very special, but it's very comfortable. And of course, better simple. A simple house creates a simple mind. Not stupid, simple. And so that is, some houses I notice, when I go in, they're so cluttered. I cannot move around without, worrying that I may break something down from the wall or from the shelf, And there's so many things. Of course, the house would be on a conducive surrounding. You have plenty of places here where it's quiet, there's nature, and so on. The house and place. If you could choose, you would choose that. I'm sure you can. People like you would do that. That's the place. Secondly, the people. People you live with, the people you work with. If you could choose, if you could have your brothers, and then you choose. You have already chosen well. Make the best of it. You say you have a partner or you have children which is not interested in meditation. You try to get them interested. Meditation is good anyway. Why not? And if they're not interested, still not interested, well, to get them to be sympathetic. Unless they won't harass you. I know a lady whose husband was not sympathetic. She goes and meditates, but he does not. He's a Buddhist. When she meditates, she'll bang the door and so on. But since she comes here to oversee her. So when he comes, it means, well, I get away. So it was terrible. He sit 5 minutes and he shake his head. You can almost see the fumes coming out from him. Very difficult. But he wanted to be there because he was very attached to the wife. Now he's one of the strongest supporters of the cause. It takes time. You get it to him sooner or later. So, at least they don't obstruct your path. Otherwise, you have to be very diplomatic and tactical. So, people, once you have people who are supportive and people who practice together, then your practice becomes much better, easier. That's why you have these sit groups. It doesn't matter what tradition you come from, just sit together and be happy. And that is what's important. Otherwise they become choosy. Then third, of course, occupation, profession. If you could choose, you would choose one which is first without, we could call it wrong livelihood. That means it cause harm, and you start breaking all your precepts and all those, which create a lot of unwholesome karma. Then sooner or later it becomes a big barrier to your practice. Especially those involved in killing, stealing, and all those things, all those big bad things. And better put away. Then it is possible. And one of my good friends, he used to run a chain of fast foods. Chain of fast foods, fried chicken, Although he himself does not do it, he himself does not run it, but still indirectly he does. So he runs in millions of dollars. Everybody told him, well, you try your best and so on. They start asking me, I said, no. Give up the job. You have earned enough money, why would you do some such precious things? I told him direct the face. Nobody has done, I will do it. So I told him direct the face, and he took it. Of course the wife objected. He wanted to sell off his whole company, which cost millions of dollars, and give it all to charity. But the wife objected. The wife is also Buddhist. And so anyway he managed to sell the whole thing. I mean, he lived an investment on more good, better things. He's happy, so on. So it can be done, but this is a sensitive issue because it involves people's livelihood. But in this case, it's something big. Sometimes he dreams that there are a lot of chickens following him. Karma is and they tell him he dreams chickens are And then fortunately now you have changed your ways. Otherwise, just before death, these chickens will get to peck you to pieces. So that's the profession livelihood. And if your profession is right livelihood, if you don't do harm to anybody, you can still do harm to your mind. They are okay, right? People who are very busy. Don't be so busy. It takes away time, away from your peace of mind. It may not be bad karma, but it's is not necessarily a very good karma. And your karma, like a teacher, is a good karma. Because you're imparting knowledge to people. And so it's out of compassion and so on. It's very good, right livelihood. But certain things are not necessary. You are employee in a computer company, So this is not bad, but you get very stressed out at the end of the day. And so things like that, how much it does to your mind, and how much free time you have to concentrate on what you consider good, spiritual, to meditate. And that, of course, I tell them, especially when it gives you time for retreats. And so the type of profession, and this is important because it occupies a big part of your life, which means a big part of your karma. When they have chickens or their teachers or whatever following you behind. For example, I teach some of this young. How do you choose your wife? First and most important is she can meditate. Secondly, she makes you meditate. If you don't meditate, she will nag you to death. That's on the joking side, but there's some truth to it. So one case, in Malaysia, so a very pretty girl, she's very interested in meditation. So one man was very interested in it. But he wasn't interested in meditation. And so he wanted to marry her. And so she said, okay, I'll marry you. But when I meditate, you must support me in my meditation. I go for retreats, you pay for everything. He agreed. And so there was this kind of agreement. Funny things. No. And that does it. Then after that, you draw a program. You find that people always say they have too much time, not enough time. But actually, if they can make time if they want to. They can organize their daily life. Want to do what, want to do this, and so on. And you can try to sleep in parts, 1 hour here, half an hour there, and so on, to be able to get to be more mindful. And so you can be that. You just have to organize. And also you don't think so much. Generally this is what I do. Of course you don't be so hard and stiff in the organization. You can be flexible. Otherwise you start in a whole little. So when you organize yourself, you can find that you can find times here and there. It is possible. Now when it comes to the actual time for meditation, we say there's a general awareness and there's a formal exercise. The general exercise is when you're driving, you're doing all other things. And this occupies a big part of your life. You can practice mindfulness to a great extent, but concentration is something else. That's why between samatha and vipassana, vipassana goes from moment to moment mindfulness. Some concentration is there, but not so deep. But deep enough to get you some insights. And so, a great part of it goes into the application of mindfulness. And if possible, vipassana mindfulness. You cannot get vipassana, then the ordinary stress-free mindfulness. And so that is a big percentage of the waking hours. And you may be surprised how much it helps you. First, it reduces the stress. Secondly, you become more efficient in your work and productive. Also, one person after meditation he plays golf. Wow, I could really play golf. After my meditation, boom, and it goes near the hole. Why? Because there's concentration, there's mindfulness, there's awareness, clear comprehension. Everything comes together. It works beyond the normal rational thinking. Now, the what you call the mistake is when people go back, they try to maintain the practice, and that includes their concentration. you will never be concentrated. You're very busy in life to have the same level of concentration. But mindfulness-wise, you can. Even in fast-moving cases, when you drive fast, you can be mindful. Depends on how experienced you are. People are playing squash, you have to be mindful, otherwise the ball will hit your head. But you can be mindful, and you need strong, quick mindfulness. It also works, but the object is different. So in daily life, it's often the more daily objects. For example, in thinking, in daily life, you have to think. You cannot say, thinking, we boss trying to tell you something, hearing. Then you're driving, rising and falling, boom, accident, pain. No, out of job, missing my bus. It's not practical, you have to think. You have to face the road, but you face the object mindfully. In actual meditation, when you think, you're not thinking, you don't go to the object, because you just carry on. But here you have to deal with the object. So you're mindful of what you're thinking about, so you think mindfully. And there's a slight difference. When you do that, you're more efficient in your thinking, and you're more efficient in your daily activities, whether it's driving or anything. You're clearly in the moment. Yes?
I find it works very well at home, cooking, cutting vegetables, cutting whatever, preparing meals. Also, gardening. Doing it, the big difference between doing it mindfully, being present, versus not. Washing dishes. Just doing it mindfully, as opposed to thinking about 100 things I should be doing when I'm cutting the vegetables or washing the dishes. Just be there, be present and wash those dishes, and just be. Wonderful.
That works very well with activities that don't need too much thinking.
That's right.
Certain things like trying to solve problems. Your manager, think, who shall I ask? Especially if you are not in the personal resources to reduce the staff. And this fellow has been plain thrown. Instead of meditating, he's always going for walks. These things you have to think. And so in such cases, not. So in some cases, they say some of those enlightened masters are not thinking so much. Not that they're stupid. They're not thinking, like this is the sixth patriarch of China, was a woodcutter. He started as a woodcutter. Cutting wood, you don't need to think so much. You just cut the wood as long as it doesn't cut your hands. Just chop. And there's concentration, in cutting wood. So some of these activities are good, like gardening. I like gardening. It deals with life. It deals with the environment. You learn from the earth, you learn from it. And so to that extent, it's actually also intuitive. So these are very good hobbies. So the other thing that comes with daily life, as before mentioned, are the hobbies. Before we go to that, we talk about the meditation program. So in stress in daily life, of course, there are few guidelines as you do in daily activities here. One is...
So light still on?
Yes. One is, slow down if you can. One of the first things that make you lose mindfulness is when you rush. I'm very scared of people coming, Bhante, we could leave now, quickly. Usually I do something, I forget something. Panic station, I could rush, then I forget my beanie, I forget my headphone, all those things. Usually when I pack, I go 2 days ahead. Take in, take out. Even now, I found that I wanted something somewhere in my bag. I don't know whether it is there or not. No. So, take it slow. You can do one thing at a time. You do too many things at the same time. Sometimes you lose track of things. So when you rush, the first thing to go is your mindfulness. After that, the other things follow. And so, mindfully, do one thing at a time. slow down, and you'll be able to take notice of many things around you. Things you never noticed before in your daily life. You become more sensitive. The less significant apparent matters. And of course, you have this priorities. What is more essential and what is not so essential. Right? So you don't lose the essential things. You lose the less essential things. Okay, you can get it again. So you try to be mindful from morning to night as much as you can. If not slower, if faster, you do it in a more general. It also applies the digital method, the cloud method. But in this case, it's more the bigger cloud or the smaller cloud. But when you get into the more important thing, this is important thing, it's critical. So you forget everything and you zero on the problem. And so you can resolve it. And the other thing, of course, involves are your intentions. In daily life, we have so many intentions which are automatic, become second nature. And so we take them for granted, and they appear and they control our lives, and we don't know. For example, you want to drive somewhere to go, you end up driving to the sea. And what happens? I'm supposed to work because you like the sea more than the work. So there are a lot of this in between intentions that arise, and with anger, with whatever, with good things, they arise, and we don't notice it. So if that happens, then we are like zombies. And you find that a lot, if you try to aware of intentions, you catch many of these useless things that you do, useless thoughts that arise. And you save a lot of time, you save a lot of energy, you don't have so much stress. It makes a difference. So the intention in daily life is very important. Also, you know why you do things, why you shouldn't do things. And this things like a lot of bad habits, like smoking, drinking, these alcoholics. When you're mindful, you know the intention. I want to take another cigarette, I want to take a pill. You stop. No. But if your friend is there, come on, it's okay. Then you go ahead. You just need a little bit of encouragement. So at least you know it, and you don't do it less. The karmic law is that you don't know it's harmful and you do it, and you know it's harmful and you do it. It's less when you know it. Because when you know it's harmful and you still do it, you don't do it so much. If you don't know, then you do it wholeheartedly, This is the logic on the intention of the mind. Usually say if you don't know and you still do it, it's less. That's the rational, the normal rational. But in terms of karmic, we talk about the mental energies involved. You know you shouldn't do that. You know you shouldn't take an extra, what's called stick of cigarette, but you stick to it, but you don't take it very brilliantly. You try to smoke mindfully. That's enough, and then you put it down. Otherwise, you start taking the next and the next and the next. So the intention, and with the intention, you do the motive, and you know the mental states behind it, and then you're mindful enough, it becomes vipassana. So this is. Now, when you come to the actual formal exercises, of course, you don't expect to do so many hours just walking and sitting. Normally, when you do walking, it's more like you don't do it so much as you do 1 hour here. You do it less. You have lack of time, you have lack of concentration. You spend more in sitting. The walking is, to some extent, replaced by the daily activities. Walking back to from car, walking back to work, all those walking meditation to some extent have served the purpose. So, but before coming back to work, for example, you're tired. And so it's good to have some rest. Sometimes even a small nap. Otherwise you sit and you're tired and just watching tired and stress over. And so you cannot concentrate. So you better have a brief rest or nap, take a bath, to cool down everything, maybe 5-10 minutes walking. Then you go to sit. And you sit at a prescribed hour, it's more effective because the mind, biological clock there, meditation time. And so all the meditative states are getting ready. I'm ready for you, Scott. How do you going to meditate? So even you're not the meditative starts coming around, you feel like meditating. Because your mind is in the state, because of the program of the mind. And so if we can do that, it's supposed to be more better. Now, usually it is better in the morning. Because in the morning, you have good rest, the body is rested, your mind is at peace, and you get used to wake up earlier than others. When the farmers are still asleep, your friends, the farmers are also still asleep. The children is not screaming. Mama! And it's not screaming. Nicely asleep. So you have some peace of mind to meditate. That is usually the best time. But no, I would recommend that you get used to sleeping, waking up early. How long? People ask me, how long, when is the shortest time, the best time, minimal that you can meditate? I say, why you ask me the minimal time? You ask me the maximum time, which is always. It's a matter of how much time you can afford, and you don't have to be guilty about it. Generally, I would say if you can get half an hour every day, it's pretty good. Half an hour is probably just enough for you to calm down, which is pretty good. But you can get used to it, you can calm down earlier. 1 hour is ideal, but not many people can get 1 hour. Half an hour is pretty good. In the morning, you get up and do some stretching for 10, 15 minutes, and you can go and sit for half an hour. It's about time to work. But you don't have to limit yourself to that. You can be flexible. Don't have to be so regimented, rigorous. Although being one of the things that I notice that people do progress in their meditation is when they are regular, committed. These are the people who sit and meditate, for example, for 1 hour every morning or half an hour every morning and evening. No matter what. Even they're sick, they also sit. Even they're dying, they also sit, These type of people, they're really committed, and you can see them progressing even in daylight. This is regularity, not to say so many hours, but regularity. But not many people can do that type of thing, There's a certain type of people. Then at least you make yourself the same. Probably not every day, but every day, of course, 5 minutes or 1 minute. These people, you must meditate every day for 1 minute. Oh, I can do that, no problem. I said, do 5 minutes, sometimes even that can be a bit difficult. Half an hour, 1 hour. Best of luck. So 1 minute, but the idea is 1 minute, first the mind doesn't have any resistance. Okay, the horse says, all right, master, I go for 1 minute. Trot. But the idea is just to get started. The problem is getting started. If you can do 1 minute, you already started. And you do 1 minute, you can do 2 minutes. And you can do more than 1 minute, you already have a pat on your back. Nice doggy. You're doing very well. Instead of 1 minute, you did 5 minutes. Wow. Fantastic, This is interesting story. I went to South Italy. I was curious, so I went to a place near Naples. This friend of mine who lives there, I said, I'm going to your house to meditate with you. Is it possible? Oh yes. These South Italians are very hospitable. But they are unlike Northern Italians, which are like Northern Europeans. They are explosive, they are chaotic, and they're more like the Turks. And so this person is He's a nice chap, no? But when I sit with him, what I normally calm down in 5 minutes, I take half an hour. That's his mind. No? But among his people, he's an angel. So when I was with him, his brother was there. They call him the Iron Dragon. When I asked him to meditate or to do, I just walking meditation. Instead of right step, left step, he uses flat, flat. Rising, falling, flat, flat. The most I could do him is 1-2 minutes. But here they have a weakness. Women. So there was his girlfriend. So one day I took the girlfriend. The ladies are usually better in this sense. No? They are not so wild. But they are rotund. They cook very well and they eat very well. But they are rotund, even in young. So they brought the girlfriend. The girlfriend wasn't very good. She meditated and so on. So when it comes to sitting meditation, rising, falling, he says flat, flat. The girlfriend will go, keep quiet, listen, meditate. I was very obedient. I said, wonderful, you meditated for 5 minutes this time. Like that. So it's very funny. So depending on people, if you can get 5 minutes, wonderful. You get it back. And you talk a half an hour a day, 1 hour a day as a stretch. You may not get many, but you can get 1 minute, 5 minutes between to relax and come down further. It makes a difference. Like for example, you're sitting and waiting for your wife to do shopping. She goes to shop, and then you're thinking, oh, she's taking ages again. Well, don't complain. Just sit and be mindful of rising, falling. And in no time she'll be back, knocking at the car door. Hey, what are you doing? And then time flies. So it goes. There's a doctor, she's sitting there waiting for patients. Rising, falling, rising. Oh, the next patient comes just about when he was going to concentration. No, the patient comes anyway. So you can find many periods in between, but you have to bear in mind clear compassion. When you can really drop off into deeper levels and when you should not allow it to. You can, as I said, put an alarm in your mind. Otherwise, when you're sitting for bus, train, rising, falling, you pass your station, you go down, you still the you go down.